And Switzerland. Yes, I used to work in Aarau and Zurich and Lachen for many years.
God!
Yeah. And even Geneva. But what you experienced most likely involves an ELF or microwave bombardment of your area that could very often affect that part of the brain and affect the nerves to make the limbs feel the way you described.
So is it like a self-protection that I kind of woke myself up and I sort of said no to this? I mean, am I sort of safe in that sense? Because I'm really aware,
you can't take it for granted. I do suggest that you use the violet protection techniques that I describe in my books.
Yeah.
Where you keep yourself in the tetrahedron inside the octahedron, all in violet. And that will stop what you described.
Okay, very well. Thanks a lot.
Yes, you're welcome.
See you, bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you. Yeah, violet I find violet is a very healing colour. It's a spiritual colour, isn't it, Stewart? Yeah. I love the colour violet. Also, they say it's the colour of royalty. And what you're saying about, because I've read in your books about the royals, and they say they're blue-blooded, and they tell everybody, because have you ever been to the UK?
Oh, many times.
Oh, are you coming to the UK in recent months or years? Got any plans?
Well, I was just there last June, but this year, we're going to the Baltic back the end of this month, and then I'll be going to Eastern Europe in July, so I'll be passing over you, but not exactly staying there for too long.
Oh, well, next time you come to England, give me a shout, because I'd love to come and meet you, it'd be great. Yeah, and come and listen, because obviously all your talks, they really do resonate with me, because it makes, I've had my own experiences, and I know what you're saying is true. I know that 100%. And also, why would you want to say these things if they wasn't true? You don't need to lie. You don't need to lie to anybody.
No, I certainly don't need the ridicule either.
Exactly. But you know what they say, first of all they mock you, then they ignore you, then they listen to you, and now people are listening to you, Stewart.
Well, it's because what I've said in the past is coming true.
It's just it, you're putting your money where your mouth is, and it is all, and I'm finding that it's speeding up as well,
Yes.
5 years ago, I think even 5 years ago, with a lot of what I believe today, I would have been really sceptical. But you can see it, it's there. And they're quite open about it. Like a couple of weeks ago when we had your president come over and talk about the economic crisis, the front page newspapers was the New World Order.
Yeah.
And a year ago, when you mentioned the New World Order, people laughed at you, but we are getting globalisation.
Yes.
Why do you think they want globalisation, though? What do you think the real reason behind it is?
Well, it's so much easier to control a population under one economy, one economic unit, one set of law, all of that, equal everywhere, so that no one can have a reason to shift anywhere where they think it might be better, because the entire Earth would be under one rule. You see?
But wouldn't that be harder in a lot of ways?
Well, in a way, it's already happened. What we see now as far as governments are concerned are really for public consumption only. Look at the EU. All those countries, which really hate each other one way or another, and they're having
wars with each other.
Yeah, and here they are. They're all using one currency and have one parliament and one voice speaking for them. And same thing is happening here in North America, where people are realizing that Canada, the U.S., and Mexico are becoming part of the North American Union. And they even have a new currency called the Amero, which is about to be unleashed on the public when the final collapse of the economy occurs.
Yeah, they're just waiting to collapse the dollar and the pound. because the EU has already collapsed. The euro has already collapsed. I mean, out in Spain it's so expensive now. Same with all the European countries. It's really expensive. So they've collapsed that. Now they're collapsing the dollar and they're collapsing the pound. And obviously they're bringing this one currency.
Yes.
So that this could never happen again. We've got another caller online for you. Hello, caller.
Oh, hello, Debbie. Hello, Stewart. How you doing?
Hi, yeah, nice to see you. What's your name?
This is Anthea from New York City. How you doing?
Oh, hi, Anthea.
How you doing?
How you been? I'll see you May 20th.
Yes, I know.
I don't have a car, but I'll find a way to get there. Obama recently was talking about how he was going to skip going to the moon because I think Bush wanted to go to the moon and then go to Mars. But Obama wants to go straight to Mars, and recently on your in the news on your website, you talked about there's like an object that's going backwards around the sun.
Yes, right.
And you think it might be a satellite. Well, can you tell us about the what's going on in the Kuipers belt?
Well, actually, Anthea, that was part of my lecture that I'll be giving in New Jersey next week about what's going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Because as you may know, and the listeners should know as well, there's a lot of activity going on in the Kuipers belt, which is the zone at the edge of the solar system past Pluto, and where they have seen so many objects suddenly appear and start moving around. And the Illuminati are a little bit nervous about that because they don't know who or what they are, what their agenda is. But that's something actually we're going to be talking about in the lecture that you're coming to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, yeah.
Yeah, you better find a way to get there, Anthea.
I will. I'll take the bus.
I'd love to be there. I haven't got a car at the moment, so I know what you're going through, Anthea.
Yeah,
so,
I had to get rid of it, yeah.
Yeah, mine died. It died a natural death. I'll be getting one in a couple of weeks. So what's this belt called, Stewart? The Kuipers belt?
Kuipers, the Kuipers belt. It's really a Dutch word that was named after the Dutch scientist who discovered it. And if you remember, about 2 or 3 years ago, almost every week, almost every day even, NASA was saying that they would find another object in this region of space. And it became a little obvious that they were concerned about it and that they didn't know what it was. And that's when they started to reclassify Pluto, claiming that it was part of those objects all along. And in that way, taking away the mystery of what's going on out there. And then they just kind of dropped the whole thing and they don't say anything about it anymore. But that's what, there's a lot of things appearing of all different shapes and sizes out there. And the Illuminati don't know who or what they are.
Do you think? I'm sorry. Do you think they'll interfere?
No, go on.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go. You go ahead.
Okay. No, I was going to say, do you think this will interfere with any of our plans of traveling to the other planets within the solar system?
Well, my feeling is whomever is out there has their own agenda.
Yeah.
And even if they are against the Illuminati and wish to eliminate them, what are they going to do when they do that?
Yeah.
It's just going to trade one dictator for another.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what always scares me.
Yeah, but ultimately, this planet is at a point where it does need to join into, the planetary community, if you will, hopefully in a benevolent way, but I think in the beginning it's going to be a bit rough.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like joining a new family when you marry into a new family. It's a bit rough.
Yes, and we all know that.
Yeah, all of us that have been married at some stage or another. Yeah. So with these other dimensions, obviously you've done it as remote viewing. Is that right? It was all
No, not remote viewing. See, here's something again where I differ from what's out there, and that is remote viewing is a U.S. government agenda that they wanted to teach to the public to make the public think that that's what the government was really doing. But that is not how they look at things. The Montauk Project was all about how to view from a hyperspace perspective using human beings as a